guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, I'm Violet, and today I'm gonna be giving you 10 bed build ideas. So the first one we're gonna be starting with is the simple bed. So I'm just using a room with white walls and the $10 floor pattern. I really like this pattern, so I'm gonna be using this, and it's really simple because I usually decorate the walls with a rug or something. So the first one's gonna be the simple bed. So I'm gonna go to bed. I'm just gonna use the basic bed. I'm gonna use two of these because it's gonna be easier and better. Just okay. So you might notice that for the majority of this video, I will be using like this vanilla-ish color for my bed build because I just like that color a lot. My building, I just think it looks really nice. I'm just gonna turn it to a nice. Okay, so once we have the two beds, then we're going to like build the corner area. By using that, we're gonna need a barrier. It's only the one I'm gonna be using is the $9 one. It's really there we go. I'm just gonna make it black so it pops out against like the rest of everything. And now we're gonna need to take out some bricks. So we're gonna take the barrier, just turn it. Okay, so we're gonna bring it over here. We're just gonna use the bricks to kind of build like a little surrounding thing for the bed. And don't forget to change your placement grid to small. It's gonna make things like a ton easier. So I'm just gonna fast forward this part so you don't have to sit here all day. Alright, so I finished putting these like bricks to border it. I'm just gonna quickly change the color. I'm gonna use this like dark brown because it's gonna look a little nicer. I personally think so. You see this? This is gonna take. I really like using this dark black brown because I think it just looks nice. So. Alright, so here I go. Here I have all of them. Oh wait, this is not finished. Alright, so I have all of them changed to single and I have the border. Now I'm gonna make the side. For this part, I won't make a barrier, but I'm gonna keep it here anyway because I'm gonna need to use them for like, if not all, most of my builds. So I'm not sure exactly how many I need. So I'm just gonna put the barriers on the corner of the bed like this. I'm gonna use two layers of putting them like flat ways like this. Just to, let me see, just like this. Alright, so I'm gonna do this. And I'm gonna change this to match the same color as the ones I had put on the barrier, like on the floor and the bottom, to make it seem a little more realistic, I guess you could say. I'm gonna try to make it match. I'm gonna try my best to like put them downwards. That way I can like make them fit like perfectly. That way you won't be able to like see a difference or anything. Alright, so I finished this part. I feel like there's something. You see, there's this line on the floor. Yeah, you should have to. When you're doing this, you have to change like your angles so you can like see things clearly without messing it up, which is annoying. All right, so this is okay. I think it's not perfect, obviously. But it's all right. It's not gonna. Okay, so I'm just gonna put one more brick in the middle because it's like around the same height, and I can just shoot things in like that. Alright, so here I go. I have this bed finished. Now, it looks pretty nice and simple. I'm just going to go ahead and put in the keyword light, and I'm gonna, not light, I meant lamp. I'm just gonna search use a cheap table lamp. It's only $3. Put it at the corner of the bed, like exactly at the corner, so if it looks like it's attached. Now I'm gonna use the same color of the wall. Alright, there we go. So you see, here we go. Here's our first simple bed DIY. Simple bed. So you can sleep here or sleep here, and if you have like more money and you want to make it a little more fancy, you could search pet and use the circular pet bed, and then you could put it. You're gonna need a barrier for this part if you want to do it. I don't really like putting it on because in order for me to save more money, and not only just save money, but also like just I don't really like doing this, but for those of you who do like this idea and like to have their bed sleeping on their bed, you can put the circular pet bed, make a color that would match, and look at that, you have that little pet bed on your bed. So your pet can like sleep on your bed. I'm gonna show you what I mean. Just gonna take out no. Okay, here's mist. Mist. Here's mist. You see, you can put the mist right there. See, mist can be sleeping right here while you're sleeping on the bed. That, or if you don't like it, just delete that. I think I'm gonna survive that. So take this one. Alright, so here we go. Here's the first simple bed idea. You can put the pet bed if you want. It's completely optional. Well, everything's optional technically. So now I'm gonna go ahead into the next one, which is gonna be the sofa bed. Alright, so I have some more space for us. I'm just gonna put this aside for now. For this one, we don't really need the barrier, but I'm not gonna delete it just so I can use it later. So we're gonna need to search up sofa, and I'm going to use let's use I'm just gonna use the cute sofa for this one. You can use any sofa you want. But I recommend not using the fancy sofa unless your bed is gonna be like black or something. So I'm gonna turn this to this color, or I could just turn it to white to match everything and all. I'm gonna go to bed, and I'm just gonna use the color white for this one. Wait, I think yeah, I'm gonna say white would be a nice color for this one. This is the I'm gonna do this over here. So we have like a little extra. Can't. So like this, we're gonna just put it on like this way, so you have like a little extra space. And I'm gonna turn this to, like, see if I can do that. Yeah. Because for here, I'm gonna go for like a little more modern look and all. But instead of like using the modern sofa, I'm gonna use like a cute sofa, which is I'm gonna make it white. Or if you want, you could do it the opposite way and make that black and make this white. Either way, I think it really looks nice this way. I really like it myself. And this is the second idea. For the third one, we're gonna be using a DIY corner, parent and child, like the crib bed, which is $450. Pretty expensive for this one though. It's only around it's around $100, not that much more. So I'm gonna go ahead and get those stuff out. Alright, so we're gonna start off. I'm gonna just take out the bed. I'm gonna use the stylish bed for this one because I think it's gonna look a little nicer. And now I'm gonna go crib, and I'm gonna use the basic crib because I think it matches the most. Okay. Obviously, I recommend not using these more deluxe cribs because they just look a little weird. Because this one's gonna. Alright, so here you see I stuck them together on the corner. This one works the best in the corners. And I'm just gonna put the parent bed over here. Obviously, if you want, you can use like a more formal or fancy bed. I think the basic bed looks nice, but if you want to make it like very matching and all, you can use the bigger bed. I'm gonna show you what like the deluxe crib looks like. So I have to turn this. I'm gonna take a little more. So here, I'm gonna make it the same color as the bed. As the parent bed. That way, it will like match a little more. I guess you could say. Here you go. Here it looks a little more fancy, I guess. I think this is alright, but I feel like the other ones don't look just as nice when you put it together, but I guess if you want, it works. And if you really want another parent bed, I'm pretty sure if you like pick a smaller bed, I think you can fit like the basic bed over here in this area too, if you want to, that is. So you can fit in pretty nicely. So here you go. So you can fit this bed in too, but I personally don't want it there, so I think this one is good enough. And unlike the crib bed they have, see the crib pet bed, I'm pretty sure it only, if I remember correctly, it only has like a parent bed and the baby bed. This one has a pet bed, a baby bed, and the parent bed. I think this one's definitely a good one. For the next one, we're going to use a dining table to make a really realistic looking bed. So for this one, I'm gonna start off with the stylish bed. I'm gonna need two of these. So I'm gonna move this to the side. This part it is a little more expensive because you're going to need like the dining table with the tablecloth thing on it. So it is slightly more expensive, but you know, whatever. I'm gonna use the large one. It's the $80 um the large dining table I think it's called. I can't see it at the moment. Yeah, it's the large eating table I think. I'm just gonna turn this around. That way it's a little more like that. And then turn this one around. Alright, so here we go. We have this. And I'm gonna turn this into a nice beige color, I guess you could call it. Yeah, I'm gonna use that color, and I'm gonna smush these two together, but not two together, because as far and close as possible. Now I'm gonna take these, and I'm gonna use the same color that I used, and I'm gonna put this like right on top of it, like right on top. I'll take the other one, do the same thing. It'll be a little more challenging. It's gonna be a bit challenging, but look at it. You could use. Oh wait, I wrote the wrong color. So here I go. And there you go, you have a perfectly looking bed. And now I'm gonna use this. This part you do not need it, but you could use it if you want to. This one is just to make the pillows look a little more, up. Just like the back, I like to boost the pillows. So I don't really like this idea. So, but I'm gonna show you how it looks like if you do add it. It makes it look like the pillows on top, which I'm gonna just put up here. Here. I'm gonna have to line it completely. Or we just like leave two right over here, like a two-person bed. And I'm gonna make this a darker shade that it kind of matches, but it's not like two, and it's not exactly for the. Or if you don't want to use it there, you could use it on here, like as in like if you go to a hotel or something, you just like to have a mattress thing. I don't know what you call it, but it looks pretty nice. I think so myself. And here you go. If you want to cut, you can like not use these, because I think it looks better without it. But that's obviously my own opinion. So I'm just gonna show you how it looks. So when you're going to sleep, you see, kind of like sleeping with a blanket, because the dining table acts as the blanket and is like right on top of you. For the next one, it's gonna be um a bunk bed made out of cribs. For this one's really simple. First you're gonna need cribs. I recommend not using a crib like the royal crib where there's like things on top, because this is a bunk bed crib, and you're gonna need to have like stuff on top. So I'm just gonna get two normal cribs out, and now we're gonna go for light. This wait no not you could use a light if you want, but I recommend using the bookshelf. Okay, so I'm using the small bookshelf. I really like this idea myself. Okay, so I'm gonna put a touch to the side. Obviously, you don't need to. But I just like it's easier for me, especially if you're like beginning with it. If it's your first time making a good DIY, I recommend doing it on the side because it might appear slightly easier. Okay, so here you have a bed. And I'm gonna need the barrier. We haven't used the barrier in a while, so. Okay, so I'm gonna take the barrier. I'm just gonna flatten it out on top of these two. And I'm gonna take our second crib and put it on top, like on top of the two shelves. And we're gonna have to try our best to make sure like the two shelves, we have to make sure they're like touching, like right under. If you find that hard, you could do it another way by doing this, I guess. But it is kind of challenging to make it like perfect, appearingly perfect. So you're gonna have to take a little time doing that. I'm just gonna try to do this right here. I think this is good. I'm just gonna leave this on. Alright, so you have like a bunk bed measured on top, but this thing has to be like to the wall, attached to the wall. And if you want, you could put, now we're gonna just like use some bricks to make it a little more realistic looking and like not put like a and make it not look like cribs on top of the what's that called? On top of the bookshelf. It just looks weird now. Having cribs on top of a book is really weird. So I'm just gonna do this, and I'm gonna get some bricks out. You see, I changed the color of the things that way I can see the others colors a little more clear. This is gonna be a bit challenging, but you know, whatever. So I'm just gonna put this onto the corner of it, like use the bricks. Put it onto the corner, that way you don't see the bookshelf now, so it'll seem a little more safe, I guess. I'm just gonna do this. If you can change the color of the bricks to match whatever color you're going for. Or you can just change it to match the bookshelf itself, which might be pretty nice anyway. So I'm just gonna match it this way, and then one more to fill in this little gap, because sometimes I feel like I have to fill it in, sometimes I don't want to fill it in. Alright, so here I go, I think it's good. I just need to move this thing to make it a little more match. Right here, I think it's better now. It's not perfect, obviously. But here we go, here's our bunk bed crib, and how about we get up? That's the little hard part. But it's not too hard. So I'm just gonna go to cat. You can just I'm gonna use the catwalk stairs, but you can just use the what's that called? I think it's called the shelf. I'm gonna show you what it looks like, but it's a lot harder for a baby to climb. So if you're in baby mode and you want to climb, the stacked shelf is a bit harder to climb. But if we're gonna use the stacked shelf, here's like where you would put it, like this. You would just put it on the side, kind of like that. But I recommend using the catwalk stairs because it's not exactly cheaper, but it makes things a ton easier. So let me show you how. We're just gonna do that. Go right over here, and then like, when you feel like it's enough, you're gonna take the berry and like put it right on top, and use the catwalk stairs to put it like right on top of that line. That way it could reach the top easily. And we're gonna repeat this step until you kind of like get things done, and you might have to like move this thing around a bit just so you could get like the perfect height and all. So I'm gonna stop and go ahead and figure that out. And when you have like this last bit, like I did, you could just use a few bricks to cover it up. Doesn't need to be completely filled. I'm just gonna use the same color as before to match the bookshelf and all. I don't need this brick. And I'm gonna smooth the barrier, and I'm gonna change it to another color. That way I won't like lose it, and I will like still see it. So I'm just gonna put it over there. I'm gonna stop editing. And look, you climb the staircase and go on the path. Here's your upper thing. Or you have this under bed in between two bookshelves. This one is now like this is the fifth one. Next one's gonna be a DIY combo of a bed and a desk. So the next one I'm gonna do is the alright, so the next one's gonna be the combo. Alright, so I'm just going to start by taking out the bed. I'm gonna be using the basic bed, two of these. I'm gonna put this onto the corner because I think it's gonna look better in the corner. Right, so now that we have this on the corner, what I'm gonna do Alright, so I'm just gonna change this to a little more normal of a color because I don't even know why they set it to yellow, but it's ugly. I'm not insulted yellow, but I was it's too bright and vibrant. Looking so now I'm just going to what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go search for a barrier. So I'm gonna use this. I don't know why I'm spinning right now, but here, I'm gonna use the glass barrier because these two the desk is gonna kind of be like attached. So I'm just gonna search for desk and I'm gonna use the basic desk. I think it'll be easier that way. I'm just gonna put this on the. I forgot to turn. Right, so small placement for it. Right, so there we go. Here's the desk, and we have kind of like the I guess call it here. And I'm just going to go ahead and go with chair. I'm going to use the vintage chair because I think it's the most. I guess you can say. It's kind of like the most like normal chair there. I guess you can use like other chairs, but I'm gonna use that stick with that chair for now. And now I'm gonna need to make the bookshelves, and by doing that, I'm just gonna get some bricks out. Okay, that's bricks, and I'm gonna take my barrier, put it over here. Okay, so there we go. You can put as many shelves as you want. I don't want too many shelves, so what I'm gonna do is just. Alright, what happens when you're stuck? Let me get myself out of there before I get stuck again. What I'm gonna do is I'm just going to stay here, and I'm gonna take the bricks and put them exactly like lined right over here. And later on top of the bricks, I am going to add some books and some other stuff. But I guess I'm just gonna make it a vanilla color, like the same color as my bag to make it match. Alright, and I'm gonna do something on this side. Just putting this thing in here, like make them it looks like they're going through both sides, I guess you can say. That way it'll seem, I don't know why my friend's teleporting to me, but whatever. Whatever. So, alright, so here I have my shells. I'm just gonna not sell the barrier, but I'm just gonna move it to the side. So here we have the shelves, the table. I'm just gonna go with book and get a few books and put them here, I guess. Just gonna put like 3 books or so because I may be want to completely fill it up, but that's up to you. And I don't feel like filling anything up at this minute, so there we go. 3 beautiful books, and I'm gonna do the same thing on that side. I don't want to do 3 books. I'm just gonna make them different colors. Like some purple, and then we can make this one, this tan and brown, and we can make this one to green. There we go, 3 beautiful books. And if you want, I guess we could. So I could like, okay, I'm just gonna take the magic book stack because I don't even know how you tell it's magic or not. So I have a stack of books, and I'm gonna do the same thing on this side. For this part though, I'm gonna just make my own stack of books. Maybe I did wait until you tilt it like slightly so we can see that's like a stack. I'll make this one blue, and I'm going to put just about 1 or 2. Like this one and make it a nice red color, I guess. Here we have the book. So I think I'm gonna stick with a little more of a beige color and then this silver. And there we go. Here we have the custom bag. Look at that. You have a desk over here. You can work on your calculations and stuff. And over here you have a bed where you can sleep. You can see literally, you can see through everything. So here we go. The next one we're gonna do is the hot dog bed. I really like this. It's really funny. All right, so I'm just going to start with the stuff. I'm just have a bed. I'm just gonna go ahead and use the basic bed. You can also put a crib in here because if you want that works too. But whatever. So I'm gonna use the donut sofa because it's like the only one that works. I feel like it because everything else is a little weird. So you see this yellow part's the bread and the color. I'm gonna have to try to do this red. Like the flag is red. Here's the ketchup, I guess you could call it. I'm gonna put this bed. Try my best to kind of blend it in. And I'm gonna get another donut sofa. So here we go. And I'm gonna put this one in too. I kind of like blend it in together. And here I'm gonna get a little more yellow color, kind of like mustard, I guess you could call it. And my bed here, I'm gonna make it nice. You see here, you have a This is it. It's that simple. You see you have a little pillow. And you can see like because you made it red, it's like kind of smashy. This blends them a little better together. Or if you just turn it to yellow, I guess. But like if you prefer ketchup more, I guess you can make it red. It doesn't really matter because either way it blends really nicely. I'm gonna stick to red just because I like ketchup more than this. Perfect bed. Okay, now you can sit. You can sleep in the ketchup bed. Isn't that cute? Literally, I like it a lot. If you want, I'm gonna take this knife right out real quick. I'm gonna see you could just you could use the pet bed. I think it's called. Yeah, the pet bed. Rectangular pet bed. Okay, finally pops out and put it like right under. So that way you won't be able to see it. And you could get your pet. I'm gonna let's use nice one. And see just like look the pet's sleeping on the sofa. You can't actually see under it where it's on the pet. It looks like it's sleeping on your sofa-ish thing. So that's this one. The next one's gonna be a heart-shaped bed. Obviously, it's kind of more not exactly heart-shaped, but a design bed, I guess you can call it, because it's really about your design and how you can make different designs on your bed. All right, so first we're going to start off with a bed, basic bed, like a bed, nothing more than the basic bed. I'm just gonna do the same thing as the simple bed. Not exactly the same thing, but just gonna make them matching colors. And this is different this time. From here. So now, if you want, you can add the barrier, or instead, you can just like add the bricks, which I'm gonna show you what I mean. Adding the bricks. So I'm just gonna have to move it like slightly off, where I guess you can call it. That way I can kind of things. Okay, this job is definitely gonna need a barrier, like definitely. Okay, so yeah, I'm just gonna put this line right here. It's gonna have a little shelf because we need it to fit like perfectly, and it's really annoying when things don't. So no. All right, so here I'm gonna stick to this. So it's gonna be a little easier, and I'm just gonna put the bricks on in the corner. So for this, you can add the design onto the bricks, and you'll also have like a little shelf. I'll show you what I mean by doing that. So here, I'm just gonna color the bricks the vanilla color. That way it would match like the bed, I guess. Alright, so here we go. This is how it looks before you decorate it. Now, here we go. Alright, so here it is. It looks like this before you decorate it. How will we decorate it? I'm gonna go to the heart. First I'm gonna show you the first one. Is the window stuff. I'm just gonna take the tiny heart window. You can use the bigger ones if you want. But here we go. Here we have a little heart. Look at that. I guess you can make it like slightly bigger, like above it, so you can like put stuff behind it. Like I don't know, maybe put some books here or something. I don't know. So now here you have a heart bed, or you can use bigger hearts and stuff. But I think this small, tiny heart is the best. Here's probably one of my favorites. I think that's the. I'm gonna switch up mirror, and you have these different mirrors. You can use this fancy mirror and how to like tilt it to fit against your bed to make it seem a little more decorative and make it a little more shiny and all. Or I don't really like this one, but you know. So you have all these mirrors to choose from, but this is probably my favorite one. I'm gonna show you it, cause why not? I'm gonna put two circles on the side, and I'm gonna put one in the middle. Okay. So we want it to like overlap. Look at that. Not quite the Olympic style. It looks very similar though. And look at this beautiful design. And on the back, I guess you could. I'm just gonna show you an example of how you can take the flowers and just put it. Okay, I'm about to. Okay, I'm just gonna put it on the back. It's really hard without the brick, but I'm gonna show you. So I'm gonna take out my brick. There we go. Down, 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 down. I'm gonna go down until I see what's left. Yeah, because it might take a little while to do it. Alright, now I'm gonna take my flower. That's over there. Jump on the flower. There we go. I'm up. And now you can just put the flowers on the back. Right there, behind. How beautiful. Awesome. So here you go. You can put some flowers and other stuff behind your sign, or you just leave it be. That's completely your choice. So that's the design bed, like where you design everything your own, like the different like decorations, I guess. The next one's gonna be the cloud bed. So hang on. Alright, so I'm gonna start by going with the bed. We're going to make a. And I'm gonna show you how their cloud. Look at this. This is their cloud bed. It's $170. I'm gonna take that. I think it's kind of small personally. It looks like a baby bed for some reason, but you know. I fit on it and I'm not. Alright, so this is a super small one. It is their supposedly bed, but you know, whatever. I'm going to. Okay, there we go. Go ahead and I'm gonna make the. I'm gonna take out. Alright, I researched it. Alright, so I'm gonna use for this one. I'm gonna use the stylish bed because I just like it better. You can obviously use whatever bed you want. You know, whatever you want. Alright, so here I go. Here's a nice. Yeah, I'm gonna make this one a white color for this time because it would match the. If not white, you can use this nice shade of blue. It also looks pretty nice. Looking here you go. This is the shade of blue, or you can use white. Either one. I think either one matches it pretty nicely. So now I'm gonna go to. Because look, if you search cloud, you would have the cloud chair, the cloud TV, and the cloud bed. I personally think the cloud chair is probably the best cloud thing they made, but that's not what we're doing. So they don't actually have a cloud design for there, so what you can do is go to mirrors. Okay, so I'm just gonna switch it and when the thing doesn't work. Okay. So we're gonna be using the same thing as the last activity. We're gonna be using this vanity mirror thing because it's gonna pop out pretty nicely. Or if you're like really like if you don't have much money at this moment and you really want but you really like this design, what you can do is use the discs. I'm gonna show you what I mean in a minute. It's just that the circle vanity mirror thing makes it look a little more realistic, I guess. I don't even know how to do clouds with this. Close. I think I should actually. So here you go, here's your cloud design. Pretty nice, I think so myself. Doesn't look too cloudish, so yeah. I'm gonna show you how to do the disc one. I think the disc looks the best. well, I don't. It doesn't look the best, but it's pretty realistic and it's really cheap. But if you want to go for like a little more fancy look, because you're like really rich or something, then you can use that. So the disc is only $5, which makes it a lot more worth it, I guess. It's not exactly worth it, but because you really want to work it bad, just stick with the simple bed, like literally, just stick with it. Alright, so I'm just gonna make it a nice this puffy color because it's not exactly pure white, because as we all know, the clouds aren't always like that pure white color. It's more like always like a little gray color, not too white, not too gray, just like perfect little color. I'm just gonna stick in some more. You obviously can use any cloth design that you like, you prefer, whatever. But I'm just add this one. I think I'm gonna go with this one because I think it looks really nice. And I recommend that using this cloud design. You will like use a different color background so it will pop out a little more. I'm gonna show you. I'm just gonna use this black background. I'm not gonna use it, but I'm just gonna show you. See, I like a little cloud. I'm not good at making clouds, but you know, if you make a good one, it will look pretty nice against the black background. Okay, I'm not gonna get waterproof. Alright, so the next one we're gonna do is the bone bed. It's a bone bed. It's for dogs. I mean, you can use any pet really, but you know. Alright, so I'm just gonna go staff and for this I'm gonna use the bone rug. So I'm just gonna go to bone. The dog bone rug, it's pretty expensive. And almost 100, it's almost $90, which is pretty a lot of money, I think so myself. But anyway, I'm just gonna do it anyway. So here's the bone rug. Put it onto the phone. You can use different colors. I think I'm gonna use a little. I'm not sure what color I should use right now, but you can use any color you want. I think I'm gonna use this vanilla color just to match everything else I did. Well, not everything, but most stuff. So maybe as much to the bottom as I can. So here we go. And I'm just gonna slowly move it to the other side, like enough to fit a bed inside. Or if you want to just go ahead and do that. Just gonna go bed and take the pet bed, the rectangular pet bed, because I think the rectangular pet bed fits the most. But you could, instead of using a pet bed, you can also use a crib. I'm gonna show you what I mean by using the crib, because the crib is way cheaper, way cheaper. So not half as expensive as this is, but it's up to you which one you choose. I'm just gonna use the crib. Either one works, but I think I'm gonna go with the cheaper one this time. And I'm just gonna put the same thing, like the same thing. And I'm gonna make it the same color, and if you move it away, look at that, you have like a little bone crib thing. It has like bones attached to it, and here's the crib. I'm gonna show how small it is. So here is the crib. Look at her, look at little Miss. She's got like a nice little carriage bed thing up. Or I would use it, here, I'm gonna use Peaches, which is a Shiba Inu, which is I'm gonna use the type of dog, because it's like a dog bed technically. I think Shiba Inu will match it the most. Wow, we need to take a shower within a minute. So here we go. The last and final one is also gonna be a pet. That's kind of like a mustard design. I'll show you what I mean. So for this one, it's a little more expensive than the other ones. I mean, everything else is like not that expensive, but this is still pretty expensive. And I see from my sale. We're going to use I think the chair works. I think it's probably the best choice we have for this one. But if you feel that chair is expensive, you can use the Frederick chair, which is what I'm going to use because it's smaller and I just like it better. Alright, so we're just gonna do that. As close to the bottom as I can. So we're gonna need two of the same chairs. Like I said, I'm using the photorealistic one. I'm gonna try my best to put it on, like together. Like that, I guess. So now here you can see where there's like an inside. They sit on it. There's okay, not that one. Sit on this one. See, you can sit on it. It's really weird how you sit on it, but you have like that little cute, like the hoodie area, which is where we're gonna be putting our pet bed. This one's really cute. I really like this idea myself. And if you want to make it scary and all, you can add some more details and something like a little more scary to make it a little more creepy and all. But I'm going to go with a little more of a normal one, something I know I like better because I know I will. I'm going to go with a little more of a I guess you could call it a pearl kind of one because I want to make this look a little more like a seashell and there's gonna be like a pearl in there, I guess. It's gonna take a while to fit everything perfectly, but you know, it should be worth it. Okay, it will be worth it once you get everything perfectly fit it in. But you know, so I'm gonna have to do this in a little more. Here. I want to put this in like perfectly. That way we won't see much extra of it. And I'm gonna make it white. That way, it looks like a seashell. Or you can use a black if you want to match the futuristic thing. See, you won't see much extra. You only see there's like a white bottom in there. And take out your pad. I'm just gonna use mist. You can just put it just like that. Look at that. It looks like it's sleeping in like a little monster chair. Okay, and that is it for today. I really hope you guys liked my video because if you did, like and subscribe and turn on that notifications bell so you could get notified when I put a video. Bye!